Welcome to the channel. It's Almighty Den. I'm back again. And for those of you who don't know, Kobe Bryant is my favorite player. I feel like he is the greatest player of all time, the best player ever to pick up a basketball, in my opinion. So today, as I'm getting ready for 2K23, I'm going to go ahead and play 2K this summer and try to get right. I'm creating a new build, Kobe Bryant. I have no VC. So I want to get this right on the very first time. I don't want to make a mistake or have any regrets. And since I'm a big Kobe Bryant fan, I know exactly how Kobe Bryant plays. I know some of the things that he was very, very dominant. A lot of the things that he was very dominant at, because I actually watched him a lot. You know, I almost studied the way that he played. This is one of the reasons I like him so much, is how he played the game. Now, if you go to his player roster and you see they have him as a two-way threat. Now, obviously, when you create a mic player, you can't make them as good as actual NBA players. You know what I'm saying? They're scaled down for whatever reason, even though they have the same overalls. But in the park, it's easier to do a lot of things with lower overalls if you know how to play with your player. Now, keep in mind, with this Kobe Bryant build that I'm making, I will be using Kobe Bryant animations, Kobe Bryant everything. It's going to be a real legit Kobe Bryant build, because at this point of the game, I want to have fun, you know what I'm saying? I want to have fun. I want to make a new build over the summer, something I can grind with, something I can play with, that gives me motivation to hop on 2K and actually play a different style, you know? I can easily go out there with my two-way shot creator, run around, shoot threes all game, but I want to have a different player with different skill sets that I can do completely different things with, from a player that, to me, is the greatest. Now, with that being said, there's a few things that you definitely need on a Kobe Bryant build. You need to be able to dunk, you know what I'm saying, of course. I mean, posterize, I mean, bang on players. And you need to have a nice post-game / mid-range, and then some solid defense. Now, of course, he does have playmaking as well. But, as you see, he's a two-way threat. And his playmaking is an A. Rebounding is a B-. You can see some of the stats down there. He's a two-way threat. He's not a playmaking threat. He's a two-way threat, offense, defense. He can pretty much attack from anywhere. He is a threat to be reckoned with. So, with that being said, of course, I want to make a two-way top shot creator build. But, in all honesty, while I'm making my player like Kobe, I'm going to add a little bit to him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to add a little bit height. And I'm going to increase his wingspan for attribute purposes. You know what I'm saying? For the Kobe Bryant build that I want to make, that's going to fit my play style, I'm going to make him 6'7", around 208 pounds. So, it's arguably he was 6'6", 6'7". You know, I've seen him weigh around 210, 215. And the wingspan, I believe his wingspan is like 6'11", or something like that. Could be wrong, but I'll make it 7'2". I know that I have a longer wingspan. Now, what's important to me is this, right? I definitely want to have post control on my player. So, you see, I already have my stats and stuff aligned. I've already created the player. I've already spent time going through trying to make sure I have all the badges that I feel like I should have. Fade Ace Hall of Fame, I want that. Post spin technician. If you watch any kind of Kobe Bryant highlights, you have seen him post up near the post, spin baseline, and reverse dunk on somebody. I mean, I want to do all that with my build. You know what I'm saying? Posterizer, of course. Limitless takeoff. We all know young Kobe could take off and just dunk on pretty much any center in the NBA. Of course, shooting. Fade Ace, of course. Clutch shooter, gotta have that. He's one of the most clutch players in NBA history, in my opinion. Deadeye, can only get that to silver because I don't necessarily have a high enough three to get that. But if you would have looked at the regular Kobe Bryant build, not the regular Kobe Bryant build, but the actual Kobe Bryant in the game, he has a lower three, but he still had Deadeye on like Hall of Fame. So, you know, it's these certain limitations that my player set against you, which is why you have to tweak certain things, and you can't make him exactly like the real Kobe Bryant. But he will play like the real Kobe Bryant and have the ability to shoot over people. He's 6'7", taller than a lot of guards that's on the game right now. I know a lot of guards are 6'4", 6'5", 6'3". Very large wingspan, 7'2". That means that out now with this Kobe Bryant build, I have chased down artists on Hall of Fame, not Hall of Fame, but gold, which is very important on 2K and in the park, because when players blow past you, which they will do since I'm a little bit slower, because keep in mind, Kobe Bryant is very, very athletic. You know, I don't have a 79 speed right now, but when I get those +4s from the gym, it'll go up to in the 80s, and that'll be very, very nice. And then I'll have that chase down, and I can get some blocks. So that's a little bit of stuff I'm adding to him right there. A little bit of height, a little bit of length, and so I can have a little bit better defense, you know, and shoot over players, you know. But it's all going to come together, and I'm gonna show you with actual gameplay in the test, because you gotta test it out. I have to test it out, make sure you can do everything that I want him to do with relatively ease at level 99, because you know when you go to the park, that's when the shortcomings of your my player really get exposed. When you have that tiny wingspan and you can't guard anybody, and you can't get blocks, and you can't get steals because you can't reach, but you can shoot. You can shoot like crazy. But let me tell you something. Offense wins games, defense wins championships, even in 2K. But offense in 2K can win you a lot of games. But at the end of the day, it comes down to defense. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking right now. It says, why doesn't it say Kobe Bryant name down there? Now, the point of this video was for me to make the best Kobe Bryant build I could possibly make. Now, I have, and I'm telling you, I have sit there and I worked up and tweaked enough attributes to make it say Kobe Bryant's name down there, but that absolutely does not matter. I'm quite frankly a few attributes different from them replacing the name down there and putting Kobe Bryant's right there, but the names I got are still pretty solid. But like I said, this is a lot about badges right now, so of course when I have fades on Hall of Fame, I want to shoot post fades, I want to shoot corner fades, and if I also want to shoot corner fades, I can put on corner specialist, because that'd go crazy. Deadeye, gotta have that on, of course. Blinders, we shooting in people's faces. Deadeye, we shooting in people's faces. Rhythm shooter, we don't need that right now. Sniper, definitely want to have that, because my three-pointer isn't as high as I normally like to have it. Now it's like about 81. I am typically a very, very lethal, deadly shooter, because I always put my attributes of my shooting really, really high in my first build. But with my Kobe Bryant build, like I said, we want to focus on being a slasher / defender with a very nasty post and mid-range games that can actually still hit threes. 83 is enough to pull up and drill threes when you're open. That's enough to shoot off the dribble, if you can get open. I still expect to shoot at least 60, 65, maybe even possibly 70%, depending on how I'm taking shots when I go to the park. I'm not going to just play with this build in my career, but when I go to the park as well. Now, of course, I'm going to go to the Lakers. And then we're going to fire off against the Warriors, because the Warriors, who they have Klay Thompson, that is a very solid defender. I don't want it to be super, super easy. I want to make sure that I can score like Kobe Bryant. I want to be able to hit tough baskets that I have to not necessarily work super hard for, but do skillful moves to score. I want to hit post moves, hit post move dunks, post move fades, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, as my first attempt at the game, I'm going to go ahead and show y'all. Like, look, okay, fade doesn't work, lay open. I have to get used to his release, of course. But as the game go on, and if you stick with me, I promise you the game gets better. If you stick with me, you'll see that he has all of these abilities to do these things. Now, this is a Kobe Bryant highlight right here. I'm going to show you, and then I got to make sure he has that dog in him, that mentality in him to come back at the end of the game. So, of course, I'm going to let the Warriors do their thing right now, because right now, at the very beginning of the game, I'm just practicing out different shots, different attempts of what I can do. And I want to let y'all know that limitless takeoff on this build on Hall of Fame goes absolutely crazy. I missed a lot of dunks that I didn't necessarily put in the video because I was trying to do the dunks like that and I mistimed them. But the fact that I was taking off from where I was taking off from was absolutely insane. So I want y'all to know that the athleticism is there. The finishing around the rim is there. That fearless finisher badge on gold is nice. So this build is right now is doing exactly what I want to do. Getting the chase down blocks. He's getting up there. My vertical was solid. I increased it to about 80s in the high 80s. I got the mid-range. I'm greening. First game. The post moves is there. I can spin off the post. This post spin technician is going crazy. And if you looked at the actual Kobe Bryant on the game, he has post spin technician on gold. Hit him with the jab step 3 in his face. Green. This Kobe Bryant build is looking very, very lovely, especially when it gets to 99 overall. This is why I got the build. Now, as you can see right here, this is the real Kobe Bryant mode we want to see. We're down 8 points with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. I got to see if I got that dog get me at this point, because, I do this 2K stuff for real. I'm coming to y'all live. I'm finna grind out this build. I'm finna be playing back in the park to get ready for 2K23, because I don't want to just hop back on 2K23 out of nowhere. I want to be playing 2K, honestly, and try to make the most for the rest of the year. I can play it for a couple more months because it's about to be time for a new one. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to just hop back on 2K. I want to be right. So here I am with my build, man, my Kobe Bryant build. Rest in peace, Kobe. Still can't believe that. But we got the ball. I got 25 points right now. Bryant open in the corner. I'm a point guard, too, when it comes to this game. When I see somebody open, I hit him up in the park. So if you on Xbox, drop your game tags below. Like the video, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like the video. 3-point game. It's 1 minute left. I'm sleeping right here. I should have been on Klay Thompson. But you know the AI does not miss on this game with star players like Klay Thompson that's wide open in the corner. But it's a 6-point game, 55 seconds remaining. Another reason I made this build. A lot of guards are going to be smaller than me. I got the wingspan, I got the size, I got the height. I mean, 6'7" isn't incredibly tall, but for a guard on 2K in the park, there are a lot of small guards out there that you can take advantage of. And trust me, I've been one of those guards that a lot of these bigger players just bully. You know what I'm saying? They bully me a lot, man. So I ain't gonna lie. You know, they go crazy when you got them small guards out there with no wingspan. But now on this build got some interior defense as well. AD with the bucket, and this is exactly where we want to be, right? This is exactly where we want to be. I got the Kobe Bryant build coming down to the end of the game. By now, if you can see everything this build can do, I pretty much displayed everything. Got the shooting, it got the defenses there, the blocks, the threes, the fades, the post game, the spins, the dunks, everything I want them to do. Now, of course, I'd love for them to be super fast or much quicker, but those are some of the limitations of the mic player. They won't let you have everything like you're a true star player. So you got to work with what they got, and you can play towards their style. You see what I'm saying? They will not give taller players crazy athleticism on the game for whatever reason, but that's just how the game goes. You know what I'm saying? But as you can see here, game on the line, 3-pointer, Kobe build, bang! Hit him with that Mike Breen, man, 62-61. I just want y'all to know right now the game is over. It's a wrap. The Warriors is not going to hit this. They're not going to win this. So check this out, man. If you enjoyed this video, y'all make sure to hit that like button. Y'all make sure to hit that subscribe. Turn on the notifications on. Until next time, man, Desky out.